So pretty. Not? Oh, I got spanked again today. Let me explain. My service manager said no matter what, I'm going to get paid for it because it really wasn't my fault. But definitely a lesson learned today in getting used engines from places. So today I told you guys I was going to get that 2008 543 valve squared away, new gaskets, new manifolds, new studs, new everything, because I didn't want this guy to have to worry about a new used engine going back into his truck, and the manifolds were already blown out. They looked terrible. They looked like they were falling apart. Two of the studs broke, snapped off below the thread area in the head, so there's nothing to grab. You know the deal. You know the drill. It's sometimes it could be pretty nasty getting those things out, but I said, look, I don't want to have to extract these things in chassis on the driver's side once the vehicle's installed, or once the engine's installed. It's not a fun job. So I want to do everything with it off. So my service manager and the service advisor that was in charge of this customer's job said, you know, we completely agree with you. Go and get what you need to make sure this guy's vehicle is right, so when that engine goes back in, we take care of him. I said what I'd like to do is I'd like to put new plugs in it. I would like to put new manifolds, new manifold gaskets, new studs, nuts. I'd like a reseal kit for the intake manifold, the throttle body, new O-rings and all that stuff for the injectors. I'd like to do it all because I'm going to make sure this guy is taken care of when he leaves here. I don't want him to have to experience anything discomforting. I'd like to do the right thing and get the guy taken care of. So I go make the attempt to do that. Get everything cleaned off, get everything ground down, get all the garbage off of it, wash the top of the engine and stuff down, wash the intake manifold down, swap over gaskets. I'm in it, baby. Looking good. I'm ahead of schedule. And then I go to pull the ignition coils out, and I'm like, something ain't right here. These are black ignition coils, but in his engine, he had brown boot ignition coils. I vaguely remember, but I think 2007 had black ignition coil bottoms, the boots. 2008 went to brown, which is the updated, deeper thread, one-piece design spark plugs. I was right. They sent us a 2007 engine in place of his 2008 updated cylinder heads. Yep. So after talking to my service manager about the whole thing and the service writer about it, there were some things I didn't like about this engine anyway. I started to dig deeper. I realized that some things just didn't look right. I pulled the valve cover. I pulled one of the cam caps on the passenger side, and the scoring on the main, or the oil journal, the cam journal, where the cam cap goes over, is worse than the one that came out of the truck. I can't do this. I mean, this would have been terrible to even get this engine put in this guy's truck with the 2007 model and have a higher risk for plugs blowing out, two-piece plugs separating, damaging his head, and it's not even what came in his truck. And then let's just say this engine makes it through the warranty period, 1 year, 12,000 miles. It comes with a used engine from one of these salvage places, or you know, whatever the automotive places where they get the parts from. And a year from now or 2 years from now, he goes to get an ignition coil or something, and he orders it for 2008. It ain't the right one that came in that truck. Or let's just say he gets a set of plugs and he keeps getting the wrong ones, and he thinks something's wrong, and then realizes, oh, these idiots put the wrong engine in my truck, and next thing you know, he's coming back after us. It's a good thing that I found that out, because I got right to the end of resealing this engine, putting everything back together, and I was like, why does this not look right? It's because it's not the same 543 valve that was in the 08. The 08 had a longer, thinner, finer thread that was a one-piece design. The 07 and previous had a fatter, coarse thread that was called a high mount thread spark plug that was a two-piece design that had the strap on the bottom that would blow apart. It would take the threads out of the cylinder head. So in the morning when I get to work, I've got to sit back down with the parts guy and let him know that the place where we got the engine did not send the correct one. And we are going to have to take all the stuff off of it that I just put on it back and send it back. And I did this work for nothing. So either the engine place where we got it from is going to be paying for my labor that I have into it, or the parts department, one or the other. And it's not our parts department's fault because they wouldn't have known that. And my parts manager is going to watch this video and he's going to see this, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him until after he left. So nothing against you, it's not your fault. This is just the update on the 543 valve. It's not the same engine. The joys of working in our field, right? It never goes the way we want it to. So, that's the update. We shall wait. Sorry, it's going to be much longer before I have an update for you guys.